Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta at the French Embassy in Delhi. And my guest this week, somebody who has the knack of arriving in the center of action in the most exciting of times. French Foreign Minister Alain Juppe.
Good morning.
Do I pronounce your name right?
It's okay. It's a pleasure to meet you here in
Very nice to
New
meet
Delhi.
you, sir. Very nice to meet you. You have a special talent because you became Foreign Minister the first time when European Spring was going on.
15 years ago, yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
And now when Arab Spring is going on. So from where does that special talent come?
The world is exciting and the job is very exciting. It's tough because we have many crises all over the world, but France has a strong commitment, as you know, in those different crises, especially in the Arab Springs.
But what's the difference in terms of opportunities and excitement and threat and worry between European Spring and Arab Spring?
The situation is quite different. The European states which belongs to the Soviet Empire were peaceful states, and the transition with the European Union has been a peaceful one. It's different in the Arab countries, as you know, especially in Libya or in Syria. So it's very difficult to compare the two situations, of course.
Right, because Libya became truly violent.
Yeah.
So much military action for so long.
But today, Libya is free. And Gaddafis' death...
we talked just the day after Gaddafis' death.
Yeah. In one way, it's good news, of course. We would have preferred that Gaddafi would have been captured alive, as we have said, but and prosecuted in the International Criminal Court or in the Libyan courts. But he was so stubborn that he refused any proposal of rendition in Sirte. And so this is the end of story. Now a new era is open in Libya, the era of rebuilding the country, of building a real democracy, and of course we will accompany the TNC in that very difficult challenge.
You say good news, but still there is a lot of resentment in many parts of the world that a lot of this some of this change is happening with Western intervention. Even if the Americans are now backseat driving, they're not in front.
It's not a
Muslim liberal circles, even in India.
It's not, if you want to speak very precisely, it's not a Western intervention. It's an intervention under a mandate of the Security Council of the UN on the basis of the 1973 resolution, as you know. Remember what would have happened 6 months ago. Gaddafi threatened the population of Benghazi of a massacre, of a bloodshed. And so it was absolutely necessary to stop this threat. That's what we have done, and it's a reason of pride for the coalition, and especially for France. When I said it was a good news, what is a good news is not the death of Gaddafi. It's the end of the war and the liberation of all the territory, all the ground of Libya.
Were you frustrated that Gaddafi did not listen to reason?
Yeah, of course. We tried to convince him to step down from power, to relinquish power. Our objective wasn't his death, as I've said before, but it's up to the Libyan people to build now its future.
Do we see the rise of a new France, new self-confident France with a new outgoing foreign policy?
I think that the foreign policy of France is very clear.
It used to be seen as a bit insular, but now it's seen as being, as we'd say in India, batting from the front.
I don't think that France has never been insular. We share values with many countries in the world, democratic values, freedom, free elections, human rights, the rights of men and women. And that is one of the major direction of our diplomacy. And in the recent weeks, of course, we have illustrated this fight for values.
So do we see France staying involved in the Arab Spring? Because, you know,
yes.
We are still looking at other countries. There is Yemen, there is Syria. Plenty is happening there.
Tunisia, Egypt. You must be aware that
Egypt is a work in progress.
Arab countries are our close neighbors.
Absolutely.
We are, of course, very interested by what is happening in Maghreb and also in the Middle East.
And Arab populations contribute to your own diversity of your population.
Yeah, of course. We have many people coming from North Africa and for other countries.
Without many of them, your football team wouldn't be quite as good.
You're right. You're right. And in my city of Bordeaux, we have a large community coming from Morocco or Algeria. And I must underline that the relation between communities are most of the time very warm, very convivial. So we have no problem with them.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.